Today, a game that makes this sport what it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Glad to have you with us from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and home to the Air Force Falcons. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Navy midshipmen, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Air Force Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Air Force's offense takes the field to start this game off. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
They'll try the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen with.
The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Turning it on. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down. And he slides in safely.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him. And a nice gain offensively here. And this is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
And the Falcons are rolling down the field. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
He'll toss it. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. The Falcons kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding.
Got enough space. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
On the option. He'll pitch it. Touchdown, Air Force! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Navy's offense has the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job at confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get it started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
The cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a first down for Navy.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The play action fake. Extending the play. Trying to escape and get it himself. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can scramble around, buy some time, and then knowing exactly what I need to do to get that first down. You can call them whatever you want, but that was really smart.
No big secret what they're trying to do here. They've kept it on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Thrust that arm out. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The midshipmen move the sticks with that powerful running game. The give on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Flowers. Caught in the backfield, it's Green. Spins away from the defense. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Now on the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Navy!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up, and they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
They'll run the option. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
The give to the fullback. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Looking for space. It's Dalton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Falcons will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. At the 45 on its way. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. He'll ride his man on the option. Creates a little room. Past the first down marker and still running. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, midshipman.
Instead of running the traditional option where the running back is the pitch man, nice job by the offense, getting creative, getting a way to get their speedster, a playmaker, a receiver the football in space, and he does the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Appalachian State. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He breaks a tackle. And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The Falcons getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's sharp. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Here comes the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it.
There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Calls his own number. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Navy will go back on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Scanning the field, it's Flowers. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Navy might want to catch this defense sneaking up on 2nd and inches. Gives it on the option. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The midshipmen move the sticks with that powerful running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The loudest jet you can think of has nothing on this crowd as they try to help the Falcons on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield. It's Hill. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. A designed run for the quarterback. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got a man. It's Knox. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Wants to go up top. That's reeled in. It's Knox. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. The Falcons decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Finds his tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the option. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The midshipmen got the explosive play on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Back to throw, it's Flowers. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback. But two, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
Makes the catch. It's Green. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Fires on the move. Finds his man. It's Knox. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see two offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Falcons will boot it away to start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Navy offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Looking downfield, it's Flowers. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. That one will find its way out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got it inside the 15. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force.
And you're seeing the aggressiveness by the offensive coordinator on the first play of the second half. They take a shot and score a touchdown. You know they talked about this all halftime. They were just waiting for this opportunity. They knew coming out they were going to get the look they got defensively and take advantage of it, and it comes up big with a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And Navy will go back on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in a lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast to the football? Really nice play design, a little misdirection.
Oh, he's got some space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Goes to the option. Oh, better look out. Got the first down. Looking for more. Touchdown, midshipman. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Didn't find much running room on first down. 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Looking to fire. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. You got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, but that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. This time it's complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. A run for the quarterback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you could tell that the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not...
There he goes! And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's at him.
And the heat gets home, they knock him down back at the 45.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Falcon. Great job by the back on the option. Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. So an 82-yard drive there. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
To the air, it's Flowers. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hill. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Now on the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got room to work. Breaks into the open. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. The give on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
The option look. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback keeps it. Jukes his way for more. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On the option. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown Air Force. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Navy offense. RPO complete to open the drive. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Back to throw, it's Flowers. With the catch, it's Clemens. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Looking for a crease, it's Clemens. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Finds him out of the backfield. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Navy quick to the line.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth.
Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Now the play fake. Lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. He's at the 50, at the 30,